What's going on, YouTube? JT is Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic book reviews. And in this video, we're going to be talking about Green Arrow issue number 24. This one is written by Chris Condon with artwork by Montos, and this is kind of the epilogue to the Freshwater Killer storyline. It actually wraps up the whole thing in this thing, because like we kind of just had him apprehend one of the group at the end of the last issue, and here it's dealing with the fallout. Now, Ollie does feel some responsibility, considering he was at one point working in conjunction with Horton Chemical. Not that he was like aware of everything that they were doing, but he still has some sort of responsibility that he bears for it. And these were people who were royally screwed over by corrupt CEOs for profit and all that too. They just went a little bit extreme with their methods of getting revenge and trying to bring awareness to this thing. And that's what Ollie, like, he understands like their pain, but he can't condone their actions fully, but he does understand it, and he realizes there's still a lot of people who were hurt by this thing, and he has to find a means to kind of make it right with everything that's been going on and such. So that's kind of what happens here. So we open up the issue with one of the characters who was thrown in jail, but we see a little bit in the past and having a breakdown because he lost his mom to like the misgivings of this corporation. And he's like, I know you're probably not going to be happy with this, but something has to be done. Like, they've reached their boiling point. So this issue and the series, like, so far did a good job crafting like a sympathetic villain in a way where you totally understand why they're justifiably like angry for what happened. Like, they just were trying to have innocent lives, enjoy their lives in a new affordable housing or whatever, and they were poisoned. Like, they were poisoned by little corrupt, disgusting people, and so they wanted revenge. They just went to the absolute extremes. Kind of reminds me of some other stuff that's going on in real life with the whole CEO of the United Healthcare or whatever. So like that's the parallels I can kind of draw from it and this storyline a little bit too. So say what you will about that, but like I said, it kind of reminded me of that a little bit here. So Oliver goes to meet this guy in jail, and he talks about like, look, you know, I was involved in some stuff, and not that he was like fully responsible for this. Like, I think Ollie probably would have said no if he knew they were being poisoned, but like, he's like, look, it's not going to make up for everything that's happened, but here's something done that can help people, and he's going to do what he can. And you can see the person kind of have an emotional breakdown, like, okay, this guy's actually trying to help a little bit too, and they kind of have a little moment where they look at each other, and that's all they need. And also, does this guy look a little bit like Chadwick Boseman, like in the face? Just in this look right here. I don't know, just something I kind of noticed. But Oliver also talks to the detective. They have a little conversation, and he's like, okay, I'm going to do things right. But there's also going to be getting ready to go home in time for some chili. And he also breaks into Horton Chemical, where the CEO is at or whatever, breaks through, threatens the guy, like, look, you know, you're going to be doing some things a little bit differently around here. You're going to make things right for these people. And it's like, you'll make your profits and all that other stuff, but you won't be doing on the backs of victims like you did in the Freshwater Killer situation anymore. This is going to change. And then it ends with him going back, having some chili. It looks like some Thanksgiving dinner in some way with Connor and Roy and Dinah. Also, Roy, where is your daughter, man? Like, you haven't been looking at her, like, between this and Titans. Like, I'm okay having dinner with Ollie and that too. Like, why is she not there? Or is she with her mom or something? I don't know. Like, the stuff with Cheshire, I'm just like, and you know, Leanne and whatever. So I'm like, oh, where is she? So maybe she's with Emiko or something. I don't know. Could be kind of fun. But anyways, Green Arrow concluded its first story arc under Chris Condon in really good fashion. Like, I really have been digging the hell out of what they've been doing with Green Arrow. Like I said, they crafted an interesting story, made the antagonists like sympathetic enough where you understand, but you also understand that their means just went a little too extreme. But they were driven to a point where they felt like that was the only option they had, because nobody was looking out for them, and the only way you could kind of get a message across was by like drastic means, at least in like their perspective too. And Ollie understands some of the stuff, and like I said, he feels sympathy. He knows they have to face consequences for it, but he still wants to help the people who were victims of the situation. Interesting, compelling stuff, good looking artwork, and I like the fact that too that this was like an epilogue. Like, yeah, there was like the storyline was sort of wrapped up, but like here we're actually dealing with more of the fallout event and really kind of putting a nice bookend on this first storyline. Like, it's case closed. Like, there's no like cliffhangers, like, okay, this is where we're going next. But here it's like, okay, we wrapped up the storyline. Here you go, getting Ollie back to kind of that street level stuff, which we like to see. Interesting enough mystery, good reveals, and just, like I said, a really excellent first arc by Chris Condon and Monto. So sold. Like, I'm really loving this Green Arrow stuff right now. It's been some of my favorite stuff that's been going on the past couple of months since the new creative took over, and I'm really excited to see where we go from here. It's nice to have a really solid Green Arrow book. And with DC right now, there actually are some pretty solid titles out there right now, especially compared to like a few years ago, where it just felt like there was nothing. There may be like one book worthwhile, but we're actually getting some quality stuff out there. Like, credit where credit's due at DC. Like, a lot of the books I have been covering have been pretty good stuff so far. Like, there's periods where some titles where I'm just like, no, not for me, or I'm just not really a fan of it. But a lot of stuff, like I said, I have been reading has been pretty good stuff. So it's nice to be positive about some DC stuff right now. So, and not overly done with the events or anything like that. Like, I mean, we had Absolute Power, which I just kind of skimmed over. I just didn't feel like I need to really read everything there because I was so event fatigued. But like, I'm okay. Like, we can just, if little crossovers between titles here and there, and okay, cool. But it's nice to kind of have a little bit of a breather right now with some stuff, and getting something like this where it's just kind of back to basics, street level stuff with Ollie, with something kind of interesting with the protagonists and all that, and the antagonists of, like, the Freshwater Killer Group and these people who were screwed over royally by these corrupt CEOs and all that too, and Ollie have to bring his form of justice involved. Like, that's, like I said, that's the good Green Arrow stuff I like to see. So thumbs up for me on this storyline. Like I said, I like the epilogue. I like the moment he had with the guy in prison. Like, it felt real. It felt like satisfying. It just was really good Green Arrow stuff. So thumbs up for me. Looking forward to seeing what they do with the next arc. And yeah, that's going to be it in terms of the DC comic book reviews for the week. I'm actually caught up this time, so now it's like, wow, like, this is kind of a strange feeling. Like, I feel like the past couple of weeks or even months or so, like, I'm always like struggling to kind of get these videos out, but it's like, oh wow, I got them all done like the same day. So yay me, I suppose. I don't know if that's like worth celebrating over, but hey, you know what? Thumbs up and feels good or whatever. I don't know. I'm losing track. But anyways, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Let me know what you thought of Green Arrow issue 24 in the comment section down below. What do you think of the run as a whole? And what was your favorite DC book this week? And what are you looking forward to them dropping next? So there you go. That's all I have to say. As always, take care now. Bye-bye then. And I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.